You know what? I decided I was going to turn back the clock and run through the house just like I did when I was a little kid. The house of Varvatos, that is. So you want to know what fragrances from the house of John Varvatos I have in my collection? Well, you got to stay tuned. See you in a second. What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. It's your boy Trey Sense here. Listen, getting ready to go watch this Final Four, see who's going to win this thing. But before I do that, I said, you know what? I got to give my peeps a video. There's several fragrances, several houses that I have several fragrances from. One of them just happens to be Bavatos. So, no further ado, I want to show you the fragrances that I have from the house of John Varvatos and tell you which ones I think you should have if you don't, and which ones are this guy's favorites. Let's get it. You ready? All right. First one up, Dark Rubble Ryder. And I like him. He got him a little leather jacket on. This is a very masculine fragrance. To me, this is best suited for fall, winter, early spring. I guess you could pull this off this time of the year, especially if it's cool like today here. I think it's like 65 degrees, but it's extremely sunny, bright and pretty out. So I'm not sure I would reach for this one on a day like today. Maybe tonight. It's a nice, sweet, spicy, excuse me, leathery type of fragrance. I like it in the evening. I think it will work well in the evening. Is this one I think you should add to your collection? Absolutely. If you're looking for something that's like I said, sweet, leathery, it's something in it that kind of reminds me of like a pumpkin spice type of vibe. So if you're looking for a fragrance like that, John Varvatos Dark Rubble Ryder would be one that you should add to your collection. Also, it is very inexpensive. Comes in at under 30 bucks for the 75 ml. Now, if you get these at the mall, big no-no, big no-no. Because always look for these at discounters, because if you get them wholesale, you're gonna pay probably around 100 bucks for these things, and they are nowhere near worth $100. And of course, I get choked up as I start this video. I digress. It will pass. Okay, let me get these three out of the way real quick. And these are the three that I have from the John Varvatos Nick Jonas line, and that is Crimson, Blue, Shiny Blue, Silver. Now, these two or more. This was 34 and it was in a gift set, and this was 34 by itself. This one was, I think, 29. Now, which one of these do I like the best out of the John Varvatos Nick Jonas series? I don't really know. But let's do a little testing real quick. Hit myself with this one, but I think it's going to be this one. I think it may be this blue one. And this is the time of the year to wear this. Absolutely perfect time of the year because it is a citrus-based fragrance. It smells really, really good. Performance on it is better. I mean, it's a John Varvatos fragrance. I wonder if these are EDTs. I was going to say I wonder if these are cologne concentrations, but I know better. I know the answer to that. They're EDTs. Good attention to detail. See the cap? I like that. This is annoying, but I get it. It's a good little touch. That smells good. It does smell good. And I think the way these fragrances are made, I think they were trying to cater to a younger audience. I know I say this a lot in some of my videos, but this reminds me something of from the house of Lacoste. It just does. It reminds me of that type of fragrance because it's sweet, it's bright, it's citrusy. It's a very uplifting type of fragrance. Couldn't see this being worn at night or on a date, unless you were a young guy and didn't have but a few bottles of cologne and you happen to have this one in your collection. I could see it being worn as a date. But if you like me and you're a novelist at this and you have several bottles of fragrances, I can't see this being one I would reach for on a date. Now, if I was going fragrance hunting, I'm just gonna be out in the sun or just out basking around, enjoying it, soaking up the weather, whatever, that is one that I would reach for. The newest one, and this was the last one I picked up, and this is John Varvatos Silver. Let me give this one a spray. And I can smell the DNA in all of these as far as the Nick Jonas line goes. Give myself 2 sprays of that, and I haven't even worn this one yet. I think I just picked this up maybe a week or 2 ago. This one has got that same citrus type DNA, but not as citrusy. This one is a little bit more masculine. I get what John Varvatos was trying to do with these, and I hate to say this, but it's sometimes these designer companies take a stab at niche. So what they do is they make a fragrance that's not heavily alcohol and doesn't project as much, and because they use cheaper ingredients, it doesn't come off as well as it should. But they do keep it affordable, and again, when I buy a fragrance, I keep in mind and take into consideration that the fragrance is only $25 to $35 to $45, and depending on what I pay for it, depends on what I expect out of it. So a $35 fragrance, here's my expectations. Hour and a half to 2 hours of projection, 4 to 5, 6 hours of longevity, and we're good. Because it's $35 and I can just respray it. And that's just me. Yes, it's citrusy, a different type of citrus. It's not as bright, it's not as uplifting. This one is definitely more toned down and more masculine, but nonetheless still a good smelling fragrance. And that is from the house of John Varvatos, Nick Jonas line, Silver. Now, the one I had first, which I don't think came out first. I think the blue one came out first. This one may have been the last one to come out, and it was the first one to hit discounters for some reason. Okay, let me find a little spot on my arm. Give myself one little spray of that. A little bit of alcohol, a little bit more. Seems like it's more in this one than in the blue and the silver. This one is a little bit more leathery, more along the lines of what you get from a John Varvatos fragrance. This one I think is the most masculine of all of them. It's a pretty good fragrance. I think they're all pretty solid fragrances, especially for what you pay for them. I would give all 3 of these a thumbs up, and including the dark Rubble Ryder. I would give all 3 of them a thumbs up, all 4 of them, I'm sorry. They're on my skin. I smell them pretty good. I like them. I think my favorite out of the 3, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think the blue is, because it's just a little bit brighter. This is almost like a perfect mix between the blue and the red. This one is the most masculine. There you have it. All right, moving along. The Artisan line. I have 4 from the Artisan line. I have, get these right, Artisan, Artisan Aqua, Artisan Blue, and Artisan Pure. Now, let's get this started. I absolutely love this fragrance. I absolutely love this fragrance. Do I recommend that you buy it at the right price? Everything to me is all about the right price. Do I recommend that you pay $75 or $100 for this? If you can get this for $30, $25, $35, I think you'll be pleased. Is it the best performer in the world? No, but it's John Varvatos. You already know it's not going to be the best performer. Does it smell good? Yes. And I'm fixing to hit myself with this. What does this remind me of? A vacation. It's just bright, citrusy, uplifting, easy to wear. I love it. It's like Calgon, take Trey away. I love it. Didn't you see a little bit of a sheen on there? Not much. But I love it. It's just a bright, citrusy, neroli, easy to wear. Just feel good, smell good. The sun is shining. We at the beach, fixing to go have some margaritas and some fajitas. Love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think this is my favorite from the entire house. Artisan Pure. Next, the OG, Artisan. And if for nothing else, these bottles are stunning. And I mean, so much fragrance companies. If you happen to come across this video, pay attention to these bottles, the caps, the detail. Pay attention. This is what we want. Only thing could be better if this was a magnetic cap that snapped into place. That just smells like fresh, watery, you know, like you on an island or something, man. That's just what that smells like. It just smells like you drinking coconut water, sitting on one of those islands with the white sand beaches and the water is just blue. I'm talking, you look down at your feet and see the fish. That's what this reminds me of. Love it, love it, love it. And I got a great deal on all of mine because I paid like $25 to $35 for them, and each and every one of my Artisans came with the travel atomizer. That was, I think, either 8 mil or 15 mil. So I rarely have had to even break into these because I've been using those. Now I'll fill those up, and when I go on vacation, I fill those up and don't even have to worry about taking these big old bottles. So I can condense everything down to a little cologne bag and go. But this is beautiful. I don't like it as much as I do Artisan Pure, but the scent in this is very tropical, very relaxing, very calming. I could see somebody wanting to wear this out of the shower. You guys that have a lot of fragrances and are deep into it and have a lot of niche or high-end designer fragrances and want something that smells good to wear fresh out of the shower on a chill day, very relaxing fragrance. And again, between $25 and $35, you cannot beat it. John Varvatos Artisan. Love that scent as well. One of the prettiest bottles in the game, Artisan Aqua. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. And these are big bottles, man. And this cap is so solid. I mean, just look at it, y'all. Let's take a minute to appreciate that. We see so many cheesy bottles and cheesy caps. Let's just take a minute to give Artisan Aqua a round of applause. Take a bow. Yes, sir. Love it, man. And this one is similar to Artisan, but it's a little bit more aquatic. It's a little bit more tropical. It's a little bit more breezy. And I love wearing these fragrances. Absolutely love it. Now, I do. Oh, man, it smells good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It just looks like something that you're supposed to drink, and it smells like something that you're supposed to drink. I absolutely love it. I do. I like this line. I respect this line. I appreciate it. I do wish they performed a little bit better. Nonetheless, still, I respect them for what they are, especially for the price points that I got them. And I think they perform well for what they are. Now, again, you're not going to get stellar performance. You're lucky if you get 4 hours out of any of these. But hey, for that 4 hours, you're going to smell good, and you just hit them with the pump fake. You just tell them, run 10 yards. Cut to the phone pole. No, run to the Buick. Cut to the phone pole and then go up. And I'm gonna hit you. That's what this is. You gotta pump fake them. When they get to that Buick and he make that cut, you pump fake. And then when he turn up, you got them. That's what these are. Man, oh man. And at the price, you can't go wrong. That's smelling like it's wanting to get a little bit soapy on me. A little bit clean, a little bit fresh. And last one from the Artisan line that I have. I think there's Artisan Black out there, and I'd love to get my hands on that. If y'all know where I can get a bottle of that, let your boy know. He would greatly appreciate it. But the third one, the fourth one and last one that I have from the Artisan line, Blue. Artisan Blue. And oh my goodness. This was probably the last one I picked up. The only knock that I have on these fragrances, other than longevity, is this. They are very similar in scent, and I'm not sure you need all of them. Okay? I would probably buy these two or these two because these three, let me see if I can get all three of them in my hand, because these three are very, very similar. They do have subtle differences though. They do have subtle differences. There's a subtle difference between all of them. But I'm not sure all three of them is what you need. You dig what I'm trying to say? I have all three of them, I know, but still. I am a collector, and this is what I do. This one to me has a slightly more beachy bubblegum type of vibe. And I'll say again, they are different, but they do have a lot of similarities. They're probably closer to similar than they are different. So choose wisely, because you don't want the same fragrance sitting around in your collection, especially when they take up this much space. But again, as a reviewer, they come in handy for me, for my content. I'm also a collector as well as an avid cologne guy, so they come in handy. But my favorite out of the line is this one. Now this one is one I would pick up because it smells actually totally different from any of them. So just saying. But this is my favorite probably out of the entire line, and yeah, I like it a lot. The blue is a little bit different from these two, so I would probably, like I said, man, either one of these two and this one, and I think you'll be fine. And definitely the Artisan Pure, no matter which one you get. If you're looking for something bright, citrusy, that smells good, very similar to that Dior cologne that came out that I wanted deeply. I smelled it, fell in love with it. The moment I smelled that, I was like, I'm done. I don't need that. I don't need it. And I was smiling. I remember I found it in Jasper, Alabama, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. Yeah, maybe give or take. And I smiled all the way home. We had been to church all day. Just happened to stop in a TJ Maxx. That TJ Maxx I always talk about finding stuff at. Happened to stop in there and they had it, and I was just like, man, oh man, oh man. And this one also came in a very nice gift box that I still have. All of these either came with something. Yeah, now that I think about it, all of them except for the blue came with either a bag as well as the travel atomizer. Yeah, they came with the bag, the travel atomizer, and two of them came with boxes. So all of them came with something. Yeah. 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 I'm sitting here looking at the box and the two bags now. I keep fragrances in them. Of course I do. All right. That's it for the Artisan line, y'all. Last but not least, I've got 4 more. And I was just talking about this one the other day. John Varvatos Dark Ryder. Leathery, Boozy. Very similar to this one, but this one is not as boozy. So do you need both of these? Probably not. I would go with one or the other. I don't really think you need both. Man. And which one do you go with? I mean, that's a text message. I really can't tell you which one. But they're both good. They're both solid. They're both fall, winter, cool spring type of scents, nighttime type of scents. They're both sexy. They're both mysterious. They're both date night fragrances in the wintertime and on a cooler night. You know, springtime is so diverse. You can, I mean, you need an arsenal for spring. I mean, because you really need shorts and a toboggan, you know, because you never know what it's going to be. So definitely spring night or spring day if it was cool. Under 65 degrees, I think, will be fine. Above 65, I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't do it. That's John Varvatos Dark Rubble. Dark Ryder. Not Rubble Ryder, just Dark Ryder. Right? Man, when you got this many fragrances laid out, you get confused. Yes. Dark Ryder. Not Dark Rubble. What? Yes. Dark Rebel is this one. Goodness, Trey. And Dark Rebel Ryder. I know, I ain't crazy. They both say Dark Rebel. That's why I'm confused, but this is Ryder. This is Dark Rebel Ryder. And this is Dark Rebel. But they both say Dark Rebel on the cap. Just not noticed that. Yep. That's why I got confused. Because they both say Dark Rebel. I digress though. One's Dark Rebel and one's Dark Rebel Ryder. 3 more. John Varvatos Vintage. Great tobacco fragrance. One of the best inexpensive tobacco fragrances that you can buy. And that bottle is gorgeous as well. Get this one in your collection. If you want a tobacco, excuse me, y'all. Man, I apologize. If you're wanting a tobacco-based fragrance, yeah, and an inexpensive one at that, get it. It smells amazing, and look at the attention to detail on it. These are the type of bottles that you would definitely display in your collection and put out there for people to see. I think this can sit beside any niche bottle, any Gerjoff, any Aqua de Parma, or any perfumes de Marley, any of them. I think this can sit beside any bottle and be just fine. But this is a nice, sweet tobacco type of fragrance. I really, really like this fragrance. This is John Varvatos Vintage, and I think you should get your hands on it. Next one, the one that started it all, John Varvatos. And this is a nice fragrance as well. I need to respray this one somewhere so I can... I ain't gonna spray it, y'all. Yeah, we'll just spray it right there. So I can remind myself again. Yep. Okay. This one is a very masculine type of fragrance, but it has some citruses in there. A little bit of alcohol right there in the beginning. A lot of alcohol right there in the beginning. So give me just a second. Yeah. Good fragrance. It's very masculine. I like it. I like it a lot. But if I had to choose between the two, I would go with Vintage, hands down. This is not a bad fragrance. If you have this one and you like it, be sure to leave it in the comments below and tell me about it. But I prefer the Vintage over this one. Yeah, and this is not a competition or a comparison video or in any order, but yeah, I just prefer the Vintage. It has more character and more body than this one. And this is John Varvatos. John Varvatos. Man, am I about done? Am I over it? This was a birthday gift a couple of years ago, and I have been pleased with it. And for an oud fragrance, an inexpensive oud fragrance, I think it's pretty good. John Varvatos oud, and it's the tester, so I did not get a cap with it. But just so y'all don't trip out, there we go. We put that on there. It's nice. It really, really is. For an oud fragrance, it's really nice. For an inexpensive oud fragrance, it's even nicer. I like it. If you're looking to get introduced to oud, this is a pretty good representation of what a real oud fragrance is. That way you'll know either I like oud or I don't. Because with oud, it is hit or it is miss. It's no in between. It's no sorta. It's like bologna. You either like it or you don't. Some people like Lona, as me and my boy Cheapo talk about. His granddaddy wanted them Lona sandwiches all the time. You know, you either like it or you don't. And of course, that's my battery indicator. My battery's fixing to go dead. But anyway, you either like it or you don't. Same thing with oud. But this is a pretty good representation of oud fragrances on the cheap. John Varvatos oud. If you're looking to try some oud, wondered what it smelled like, go online and pick this up. Maybe not get this 300 ml bottle like I got. Well, say it's 125. Maybe just get the 50 ml and try it, and that'll give you a feel. When you see something has oud in it, you'll know automatically. No, that's a bad oud, and this is a good oud, because the more natural the oud is, honestly, the stronger and worse it is. Some ouds smell. I've got listen. Yo, listen, check this out. Yo, listen, it's dope. My boy Sam Broom sent me and Cheapo a bunch of samples. So we talking on the phone one night, all three of us rapping. Yada. Sam, man, that oud you sent me. Yeah, Trey, you like it? I'm like, yeah, Sam. I like one of them. One of them smelled good. One of them was strong. I had to wash it off. He said, yeah, well, I didn't tell you to wear the shit. I just want you to see what it smelled like. I'm like, well, you sent me a sample, bro. I'm gonna wear it. I said, man, I ain't tell you to spray it on. I didn't spray it on. Me and Cheapo both sprayed it on, and we're talking about how long it stayed on us. That stuff stayed on about 15, 16 hours, bro. I mean, it was kicking. It was kicking. You hear me? That stuff, that was a real oud, but it was skanky, animalic, barnyard, horses, cows. I mean, it smelled like a farm. Thank you, Sam. But this isn't that bad. It is very wearable, but it is definitely a good representation of oud. All right, guys, that has been it. Make sure I didn't leave nothing. Nope, that is it. That is all I have from the house of John Varvatos. Ain't that enough? Yes, it is. Listen, if you made it to this point in this video and you have not subbed to my channel, please consider it. Thank you. For all of you returning viewers and subs, man, I greatly appreciate y'all. We are growing faster than my channel has ever grown before. I appreciate it. The hard work is paying off. I appreciate all you guys for being active in the comments, for being part of the Tracent Nation. That's what I do this for. So we can have good conversation and good dialogue and good healthy conversation about fragrances with no drama, just straight fun. Because this is a hobby, and this is what, you know, we're supposed to do, is enjoy each other, enjoy each other's conversations, company, and fragrances. You know what I'm saying? I love it. And I appreciate y'all coming to check out my content, because I do enjoy this. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Tracent loves you. And happy Easter to all of y'all. I hope y'all eat some good food, and I hope you're all safe out there. You know, let's stay safe and try to love each other and take care of each other and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna jump off here again. Thank you all. I humbly and gratefully appreciate it. Let's keep up the good hard work. I'm gonna keep trying to bring y'all as many of these videos as I can. As long as my mind keeps turning and keeps coming up with decent content, I'm gonna keep putting it out here for y'all. All right, guys. Again, have a happy Saturday. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful, blessed Easter. And until next time, y'all, peace.